Steph's car ride chat. Have a seat next to me, will ya? How are you? And where is Steph off to next? I am hitting the road and on to another Airbnb, a tiny home. And firstly, I just want to come on here and say that the last few months have been an absolute blast. Like, I am so grateful for the people that I've met through work and in my personal life, and also to you, to my dear friends and even stranger friends. Your love and support and encouragement has been outstanding, and I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart. So I wanted to say that first to you. So specifically, the last about like 2 weeks have been absolutely wild, and in the best way possible. As a flight attendant, we're always bopping around here, there, and everywhere, and it was literally that. It was just like one destination, another destination, go, 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 which I love. I love the chaos. I love seeing new places and experiencing new things, and also along with my job, just so many learnings and growth within that. So it's been amazing so far. So I just got home late last night, pretty much at midnight. Went to bed, got up early today, had to pretty much unpack, pack again, and away I go. So I am going to another Airbnb just for 2 nights. It's about 3 hours away, so it's a long drive, but I don't mind drives. I actually really like them. Combination of listening to music. Sometimes I'm just like literally sitting in silence and just thinking about life and whatever sort of downloads and thoughts that come through, and making any phone calls as well to friends, all well through it. So the Airbnb that I'm staying at, I'm going to share with you, of course, always taking pictures and some videos. This one's really special. I booked it about a year ago now, and a lot of the places that I book are very unique. So you do have to book pretty far in advance. I would say like roughly 6 months to a year to really lock it in, because they'll for sure just sell out, especially during the summer months. So I've been in contact with the host since a year ago, and I moved the dates slightly here and there just because of my job. And I'm glad I can make it, because it is that tiny home. It's very teeny tiny. It's got spectacular views right on the water, and lots of nature around, and it's more of that small town feel, which I really enjoy, because although yes, I love the go, go, go nature of being a flight attendant, it is so important to have those moments of just peace and quiet and nature and just being more present, if you will. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. And I also wanted to bring up just quickly, I get a lot of questions about a couple things. So solo travel. A lot of people ask me about that. How do I do it? Am I nervous, especially for my safety? How do I have the guts to do it? And I feel like that can be like a whole nother conversation, but just to touch on it lightly, I am actually highly independent. I'm really comfortable by myself, and I always have been that way. So embarking on that solo travel lifestyle was never really a struggle or a challenge for me. I just went for it. And especially with me being single and on my own, I'm not really waiting around for anyone, if that makes sense. If there's something that I really want to do, something that I really want to experience, if no one around me is available, I'm gonna go. So I've just always been that way. But again, can definitely touch on the solo travel a lot more, because a lot of people with that too really want me to offer suggestions and tips because they're really interested in it, or they have a little fear of it. And any way that I can encourage you and inspire you to give it a go, I am your gal for that. And also, I get a lot of questions about Airbnb. Specifically, that's what I've been using for the longest time now. And it's like, how do I find these places, and price points, and et cetera, et cetera. And again, I think that could be another separate conversation. So I'll leave that one at that, because I think that one goes into great detail. It also depends on your style of travel as well, and the things that you like to do. And then lastly, a lot of people ask me about like, how do I plan my trips and these getaways that I do? And it's interesting, because there is some people that love structure and they want an itinerary and everything's got to be at a certain time, etc. Or there's others that are just like, meh, let's just see where the wind takes me and that kind of thing. So I kind of go both ways. I'm definitely not just like a certain way of travel, because it really all depends on where I'm going, budget, and again, being solo, it's like my safety, the area that I'm in, things like that. So some key things that I do look for when I travel. Number one is I tend to have like more of a mental checklist, if that makes sense. So there is certain things that I'm kind of following, but not necessarily like certain times a day and periods where you're doing certain things, right? I just kind of say, well, in my mind, I'm like, I would like to do this. Hopefully this can work out when I get there. So of course, always important is to book your flights. And then when it comes to accommodations, yes, I think that is important to still book in advance, but I've actually booked a few Airbnbs when I get to my destination, and that has worked out for me, because I find, especially for me, where I book very unique stays, when I'm at home, sometimes I can't quite find it, but once I get there, there will be a lot of people that tend to cancel their reservations at that time, and then I get lucky and I get those sort of special, unique places. So that's worked out for me as well. But yes, if you can book it in advance, that would be important for sure. And then also, I have to book a tour of some sort. So it could be like those hop-on, hop-off buses, which I really like. That's just a great way to see the city or the town, wherever you are, and just really hitting those touristy spots, right? But also it's hop on, hop off. There's no itinerary and, you know, some rules and things to follow. You just hop off, explore the area, hop back on, go to the next. And I really like that. And it does also make it even more affordable, because you're not paying for Ubers and taxis and stuff like that as well. It's just usually one single cost. And typically it's about, you get it for like 24 or 48 hours, something like that. So it's not like you have to use it up, you know, within a certain amount of time of the day kind of thing. So that makes it really flexible. Or I do go for more organized tours that I've done just a couple times, though. It really depends where I am, which would be on like those larger coach buses kind of thing. And those are structured. You have to be at the bus at a certain time and things like that. So there's that. Or of course it would be like more of a walking tour, or something a little bit more, a smaller group, if you will. That's great. So something like that, because I really want to immerse myself in the culture, the people, the architecture, the food, everything. And sometimes those organized or touristy things will allow you to get that. Also, the reason why I do that, it just allows me to kind of get the feel of the area and map things out in my mind, so that when I do have additional days, those are the days that I go out by myself. Usually I love to walk or even go on a hike if it's nature-esque. And then that way I kind of know where I'm going without feeling too lost. So that really helps with that. And then lastly, I really love to do something adventurous. So whether it is very specific to the place that I'm going to, or just, it could be anything. If I want to jump out of a plane again, I'll just do it, you know, in another country, no problem. I like to just do something wild and crazy, or something, an activity of some sort. So for example, when I was in Barcelona, I went sailing, loved it. When I was in Switzerland, I went paragliding, little things like that. So always making sure to plan that out, which that too, I typically book when I get there. Because I like to just see if there's anything else that sort of pops up, you know, while you're on the internet when I'm there. So that's that. I wanted to touch on that. I'm so passionate about travel and experience in life, and I just wanted to talk to you about it. And I hope you just enjoy that little info session and just sitting along here with me as I'm heading to my Airbnb. So have a great day, and thanks so much for tuning in. And if you want to hear more of Steph's car ride chats, or just any chat or anything travel related or flight attendant life, please let me know. Okay, bye.